we're on our way right now to Old Orange County Courthouse for Christy and Christopher's ceremony session. We've been planning this for, I would say, for about a month or so, and we're going to be doing photos at the Old Orange County Courthouse. And then after that, we're going to head over to this other area that's about 5 minutes away from the courthouse. The thing with shooting at Old Orange County Courthouse is that you can choose to go to the beach after, or you can do it, but it's a little bit further away from some of these locations. We always try to make it as easy as possible for our couples and give them suggestions that are somewhat close. The thing with us is that we don't want to add overtime to your package or, to your hours unless you absolutely have to. So if I tell you, I would recommend adding an extra half hour, I would recommend adding an extra hour, I genuinely mean that. I'm not saying that just to upsell you. At the end of the day, I try to make it as easy as possible. I try to listen if they have reservations somewhere afterwards. So based off of those details, we give the best advice. So in today's case, what we're going to do is we're going to do the ceremony. We're going to be shooting a little bit before the ceremony because our ceremony is until 1:10. So we're going to do some family photos. Then we're going to shoot the ceremony. Then we're going to do a few more photos with Christy and Christopher. And then we're going to head over to the second location, which is right down the street. And it's a beautiful area. There's always good lighting there because there's a lot of shade. So we're going to keep it nice and simple today. Hopefully it's not too crowded. It's a Saturday, which I've actually never done a ceremony at Old Orange County Courthouse on a Saturday. Usually we shoot during the week. So yeah, let's see how the crowds look. You guys will see actually in a little bit. Anyway, follow along, and if you guys have any questions or comments or anything, leave them below. Thank you guys. All right, so we made it to Old Orange County Courthouse. One thing, here's a little tip. If you can't find parking in the lot, a lot of the times you won't, there's this area over here which is right diagonally from the courthouse, and I'm posting a little map on the screen right now so you can see. And I've always been able to find parking in this area. It's paid parking, it's metered parking Monday through Saturday, as we just found out. And Liz is here. There we go. And you just pay for it or pay it with the app so you can refill it. I think you can refill it with the app.
Yeah.
So like if you're in the middle of shooting a ceremony, you don't have to run out and refill it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I would recommend doing that. On top of that, what was I making this video for? Oh yeah. People always ask us, can you do you shoot multiple shoots in one day? The answer for that would be technically yes, but no, because we have a session after this, but we're not doing it, meaning me and Liz. Me and Liz are gonna knock it out of the park here. Riley and Oscar are gonna be at the beach. It was cutting it a little tight, where like if we ran from here to there, and by the time, you don't want an exhausted photographer, you don't want somebody that's like mentally drained, because it is, even though we're only shooting for a couple of hours, it does drain you mentally more than it does physically. And then you gotta rush down to the beach, hope there's no traffic. We're sending out a different team. They're shooting the other session today. We're gonna focus entirely on this session and do the best job that we can. So if we think of more tips, we'll come back on here. We were just informed that this Saturday, one of the few Saturdays, right? He said that you don't need an appointment, and that's why it's a little bit crowded in the back. Now, on a personal note, if I didn't have an appointment, it would drive me nuts. So, because I wouldn't know, are you actually going to be able to go in, blah, blah, whatever. We'll let you guys know how the process actually goes. But in my opinion, I would probably do it more where you have your set appointment so you know exactly what time to go. I know that some people can only do it on a Saturday, and it may fall on a Saturday that's like this. So just so you know, so you're prepared, prepare your expectations. If it is on a Saturday where it's no appointment necessary, as you're seeing in the back, it's going to be a little bit crowded. So just filling you guys in and also telling you how my mind works. Another thought. So even though it's pretty crowded here, there are a bunch of areas where there's a lot of shade. So what we're going to do is we're going to find spots where we can put them where it's going to be nice brick in the back. You're going to see that it's a courthouse in the back, but it doesn't necessarily have to get the entire courthouse. Sometimes, you have to compromise in life, and today is going to be one of those, so we don't get all the crowds. But there's always a workaround. It's always going to look nice, just like where I'm standing right here, Liz, where you're standing, it's in the shade. Shade is always going to look nice, so we're going to look for that and then make it as pretty as possible in the background where there's no distractions.
For this one, Christopher, you can take a hand out of the pocket so it's a little bit more of a natural walk.
Yeah.
I want you guys to look at each other, smiling, happy, like you just got married, and not so much talking because the wild faces, you don't want those. So just looking at each other and smiling, and it's going to look a lot more natural than it feels, I promise.
Okay.
The flowers exactly look like these.
Alright, so we just finished at the second location. It was very smooth. There were some people setting up because it is a Saturday, so normally it's a lot more empty when we come. Normally there's like no one here. But again, the theme of the day is people are always somewhere. So in the end, you know, you choose your angles, you choose your backgrounds, you choose the right lens, you're able to get rid of 99% of whatever you want to get rid of. There are certain things like some extension cords that were on the floor. Those I can't unplug, I can't move, so I will Photoshop those out, but the rest of it, I mean, we were able to work around it. So overall, really, really successful second half. Right, and then as far as what we were going to talk about is how crowded it is on a Saturday. I would say it's not terribly crowded. You know, yes, there's a lot of people, but they managed it really well indoors. So when we were going in, there was somebody there on a table that was letting people know, okay, you know, everybody waits outside until they're checked in or until they're called in. So that helped out a lot versus there's been times when we go there and it's just chaos in the lobby area. So it wasn't really too bad. The front, yes, it was very crowded and there's going to be a lot of Photoshop to do to remove some people for those wide shots, but overall, I mean, not too bad. Our couple, we found out they did have an appointment, so when they showed up at 1:10 is when their appointment was. So you can make an appointment, but they also have where no appointment is necessary, so I would make an appointment. Yeah, overall, you know, not too bad on a Saturday. Fridays and Saturdays are the busiest, so if you have the freedom in your schedules to do a ceremony on a different day than Friday or Saturday, I would highly recommend it. It's doable, just like we did it right now, but it's definitely a lot less stressful on a regular weekday where they're not going to be kicking you out because there's another ceremony coming in. Like, it's usually a little bit more relaxed. Friday, Saturday, try to avoid it if you can. If not, yeah, you make it work. All right, bye guys.